Hi, I'm Mona, and if you're here, you found Kaleidoscope Dreams Tarot. So today I'm going to do a 3-pile pick-a-pile reading for the healing energy sessions, okay? And have a very good question. I think it is anyways. I do have pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. Excuse me. Woo. Maybe I'm going to have a hard time on this one because, this one is not only for you guys, but the reason why I think it's such a good question is because I can relate and I kind of feel this way sometimes. So the question is, why do I feel so bored and isolated with my life or in my life, okay? So I do want to add that you shouldn't live your life by the tarot because you are definitely in charge of your own destiny, okay? We all go through different phases in our life. We all experience different things. Even though somebody may explain to you their situation and you may think, okay, I can relate to that. You know what? You really can't, because you're never going to have the same view or outlook as someone else. I can explain to you my outlook on things all day, but you might perceive it differently because you may have been through a different situation in your life. You may have just gone through totally different things, but in a similar fashion, okay? What I'm doing here is I'm going to go through these 3 cards and I'm going to, pull out some scenarios. And then we're going to, at the end, we're going to pull some oracle, and hopefully we can get some information from the universe to enlighten us to our own situation. So what I'm trying to do here is I'm not trying to change your mind. I'm not trying to change your religion or anything like that. What I'm doing is I'm trying to get you to think about yourself, about your own situation, how you perceive it, and how you can solve this yourself. All right? I'm not trying to change you. You are in charge of your own destiny, and your own thoughts are what's going to bring you your enlightenment yourself. All right. Glad we got that out. So, I do want to ask you to please subscribe, like, comment, and share, because when you do that, these videos get out. And, there's a lot of people out there with the same question, and I'm trying to help as many people as I can. And what I get out of this is I feel better that if I can help just one person, that makes me feel great. Okay, and also to my subscribers, welcome to the channel, and to any new subscribers, welcome to this channel, and I'm hoping that we can help you find your own answers, from your own decisions. Okay, all right then. So I'm going to go ahead and start with pile number 1, and the question, just to remind you guys, is why do I feel so bored and isolated in my life? Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start with pile number 1. Okay, so we are here at pile number 1. So let's go ahead and find out what's going on in regards to why do I feel so bored and isolated with my life. Now, these may not resonate with you. And if they don't, then you can go ahead and, fast forward to the end and see if you can get a little advice, okay? But if they do and they sound, really dramatic, just know that you are in charge of your own destiny, and it doesn't have to be the outcome, okay? It really doesn't. Don't run with it. Do what makes you feel good in your life and make you happy, and allows you to move forward. All right, so we have the steer skull. So the steer skull represents silent testimony. So why do I feel so bored and isolated in my life? Well, perhaps you are keeping this silent. You're not really telling anybody about this, but you are feeling this way because, a lot of people don't express their feelings a lot of the time. Maybe they don't know how to ask for help, or they just don't know what to do, okay? So let's go ahead and see what we have here. We have the Star. We have the 9 of Cups. We have the 6 of Cups, King of Swords, the Hermit, Queen of Wands, the 6 of Wands, Temperance, the Empress, excuse me, Page of Peppermills, which is the Page of Wands, the Lovers, and we have the Devil. Okay, well, let's see what we got here. So first of all, we have 1, 2, three, four, five, six major arcana. Okay, so that's like almost half this layout right here. So somebody's hopeful in a situation, right? And you've been going within, trying to figure things out, and you're trying to be patient. And you could be holding the energies of the Empress, or this could be someone in your environment, somebody that you're in love with, but you know it might be toxic. Okay, so let's start from the beginning. I have the star. So you are hopeful in a situation. All right, the star represents hope. But what a lot of tarot card readers don't tell you is that it can also represent some sort of treachery or deception also. Okay, so be wary of that. We also have the Nine of Cups, which is wish fulfillment. And you may have wished for something and you're hoping that it will come true, or maybe it did. But once again, what a lot of tarot cards readers don't tell you is that it could indicate addictions or unhealthy relationships, okay? So take that as you will. We do have the Six of Cups, so this could be in regards to somebody from your past. All right, you could be holding the King of Swords energy, somebody who's in their mind a lot, thinking a lot, and we do have the Hermit right there. So it does seem that you have been pondering on a lot of things, all right? Things that you're not sharing with others, because we have this silent testimony here, all right? And it could be in regards with the Queen of Wands. That could be somebody in your life, or this could be you, okay? Now I want to add here that we all have male and female energies. So if you're a man watching this and, we have this Queen of Wands here, of course, it can be you still because of those male and female energies. So don't take that too crazy. I mean, we all have this. So just listen to the story and hopefully you can piece it together, all right? And if it doesn't resonate, just move on, okay? So, um, okay, so we have the King of Swords here. You might be this person or it might be somebody in your environment, but this person is really thinking about things. And with that Hermit card there, they're really going within, themselves to try and find the answers. And we do have the Queen of Wands here, and it could be in regards to that person, or once again, you could be that person. We do have the Six of Wands here, and that indicates victory, all right? That you've overcome something probably, or most likely. Okay, I'm not going to say that this is, set in stone. Okay, these are all maybes, all right, just to get you to think. Now we do have the Temperance card here, and with the Temperance card here, that's like you're tempering the situation, you're being patient, you're trying to figure out things, and you're not trying to rush whatever it is. Patience is a big thing here, and it could also be in regards to the Empress. Now the Empress is a person who has all the qualities of the queens. She is intelligent, she is nurturing, she's passionate, she's emotional, and she's grounded. Okay. Now we have this page of Pepper Mills here, and that indicates a young person who is very passionate about something in their life, maybe has an idea of where they want to go. Okay. And perhaps this person is also thinking about someone that they love. Okay. Now we have the Lovers here. So if you do have a person in the past that you love very much, this is who we might be thinking about. And because we have a lot of people here, people could be interfering in this relationship or in your thoughts about this person. It could be a King of Swords interfering. It could be a Queen of Wands interfering. But I do see, because the Empress is here, this person, and it's under the Six of Cups card actually, this person is the one that you're thinking about, the one who has all of these qualities, the qualities that you want in a person, all the qualities that you admire or desire in a person, okay? The thing is, you're involved with somebody who is holding the Queen of Wands energy. Now, this is a very passionate queen. She could be married. She could be a mother or wife, or somebody that who is, holds this standards or holds these qualities, right? But this person is actually very toxic, whoever she is, as indicated by this Devil card here. She could be misleading you, telling you things that you want to hear, or telling you things you don't want to hear and maybe scaring you. okay? And that's not really good, okay? You don't want to hear negative things from people. If anything, you want to hear positive things, things that will bring you up, that will, boost your confidence, make you feel better about whatever it is. Because if you are in separation with this person, there's no way you can know what they're doing, what they're thinking, and how they're living their life unless you go and actually see for yourself with your own eyes. You know what I'm saying? Or even ask them personally. So somebody here is trying to make you think otherwise about somebody that you're thinking about in the past, okay? And, that could also indicate a kind of codependent relationship, all right? You may be going to this person a lot and asking questions, but why do you actually need to ask that person? What you need to do is be this hermit, go within, and find out how you actually feel about this person, because you're never going to know the truth from outsiders. The only way you can find the truth is from within yourself and to make your own decisions, okay? So if this kind of sounds like your situation, you can accept the things that do fit, stuff that doesn't fit, just throw it away. But if it does sound like your situation, then I'll see you at the end, and we'll see what the universe has to say, or what kind of advice we can get in your situation. Okay, so pile number 2 is next. Okay, so here's pile number 2. So let's go ahead and find out what's going on for pile number 2, okay, in regards to the question, why do I feel so bored and isolated with my life? Let's find out. Okay, so we have the deer, all right, and the deer represents sensitivity and peace. So you may be a very sensitive person. You might not want to deal with conflict or anything like that. You just want peace. You want everybody to be peaceful and happy. And wouldn't that be wonderful in a perfect world? But, let's go ahead and find out what's going on here. So first we have the Hierophant. We have the Knight of Rods. We have the Eight of Rods. We have the Page of Wands. We have the Nine of Swords. We have the Seven of Wands, the Moon, the Devil, the Six of Swords, the Five of Swords, the Four of Cups, and the Six of Pentacles. All right. So let's see what we have here. So we do have 1, 2, 3 major arcanas, and you know what? They are big ones. All right. I mean, not that all of them aren't big, but in this situation, they kind of seem, I don't know. Let's see what we got here. So the Hierophant represents marriage. So you could be in a marriage that holds a lot of secrets, but it's also a very toxic situation. Okay. Now let's start from the beginning here. We have the Hierophant, and the Hierophant represents marriage or some sort of union. All right, you could be involved with some sort of religious aspect, a religious, group or something like that. But it is definitely regarded as a marriage card, okay, and being in union. And you might be holding the energy of the Knight of Rods. And the Knight of Rods is a very passionate knight. He comes in, he gives you the message of love, he gives you the rod, and then he bails, okay? That's usually the idea that we get from the King of Rods, all right? But you know what? Not only is there information coming in passionately to you, but there is information coming in quickly and swiftly with this Eight of Rods here. That's information just coming in right away. So we also have the Page of Wands here, and that could be a very passionate young person. This person can be younger than you, or you could be younger than whoever it is you're thinking about. But, with this Page of Wands, it's a very passionate, page. And, every time I see this particular card, I mean, I know it's part of the bird's feathers and stuff, but it always reminds me of someone who's crying, someone who's sad permanently. So something in this person is very sad, and it seems like because that's that bird's feathers, and it's not like the bird can bleach them or anything, it seems like this person has some sort of eternal sadness within, okay? And with the Nine of Swords here, this person, this young person, is actually very much in their head. They can't sleep at night. They're upset. They're thinking about something just over and over again. And what they're thinking about is, deception, lies, thievery, things like that. Actually, my bad. The Seven of Wands indicates having conflict with others and competition. Please scratch that last comment. I made a mistake. Okay, we are all allowed to do that. So, but the Seven of Wands definitely, this person is in their head, and they're in their head about conflict with others. They might have spoke about this situation with others. All right. And maybe other people are just not agreeing with them and they're trying to defend themselves. They may be also involved in a lot of competition or feeling that they are in a competition with others. Okay, that could be something also. So we have the Moon card, and the Moon card is here underneath the Hierophant. So whatever is going on in this marriage, there is some sort of secret that's looming here that nobody speaks about. Okay. Um, yeah, that's what the moon represents, is secrets, hiding something, not being able to come out and come clean with whatever this secret is. But there's definitely secrets in this marriage or in this union or relationship, whatever this is. And with the devil here, under the Knight of Rods, the person that would like to come in passionately to you, it seems that this person, this knight, is having to deal with toxic situations, toxic people, addictions, things that are just way, way not healthy for them. But, that's there. It's just there. And with the Eight of Rods here, somebody is coming in swiftly with information, and they are also coming towards you or moving away from a situation. All right. Either way, you are going to get news about it. Okay. Now, this Page of Wands, this younger person who's passionate, who has that, I think they have that inner conflict of sadness. The reason why they feel like this, we do have this Five of Swords here, and they feel this way because they may have had a fight with somebody. This could be you, okay? You could have had a fight with somebody, and you're very upset about it, and you feel just so broken inside. And that's why you're in this Nine of Swords energy, because you just can't stop thinking about it. All right. You want to make this person an offer of love, possibly passion, who knows, whatever. You want to make an offer, but you're afraid possibly that this person is not going to accept your offer. And why? Because you have to tell them about all the competition that had to deal with, or that you had to deal with, and now that you have to give to two, which could mean if you are married and you may be getting a divorce or something like that, or separation, you're going to have to come and tell this person that, look, I have child support to pay, and I have to pay this person, and I have to, and I can have to try to, make our relationship work. And the reason why this person is so worried is because possibly you had no idea they were married or even in a connection with anyone else. They could have been misleading. All right. They could have put you on the back burner because you were in competition with all these people fighting for this person's love. Depending on the situation, you can definitely switch the roles here. You could be the one getting hurt, or you could be the one hurting the other. Whichever resonates best with you, then you kind of match that up the way you feel is right, okay? If none of this resonates with you, don't make it resonate. Okay, let it go, because if you're doing things and you're happy, then don't accept this, because like I said, you are in charge of your own destiny, and you will find your future by doing what makes you yourself happy. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and move on to the the third pile, and we're going to see what's going on there, and I'll see you guys at the end for the advice. Okay, so here's pile number 3. Let's go ahead. What's going on in regards to why do I feel so bored and isolated with my life? Okay, so let's find out. Humor and adaptability, the coyote. Okay, so you may be like the coyote. You might find things humorous. You might have a good attitude. You joke around and stuff. And you may be able to be that kind of person who can adapt to all situations. Okay. And, that's great. But, apparently you're here for a reason, why you feel so bored and isolated with your life. So maybe that's a mask for you, just to make everyone happy. And, that's never the way to go. If you feel like you're not advancing in your life and you're just kind of sticking with these people, just keeping everything light and happy, it's not really doing anything special for you. And this could be one of the reasons why you feel so bored and isolated with your life. You feel like you can't move forward, or you're kind of bored with all these people and you're just kind of putting on a front like, oh yeah, funny, ha ha ha. But you're just like, oh my God, I heard this joke yesterday. Or, I heard this situation last week. It's like, I'm tired of it already. You know what I'm saying? So let's go ahead and find out what's going on. We have the Fool card. All right. We have the Knight of Cups. We have the King of Pentacles. We have the Ace of Wands. We have the Knight of Pentacles, the Hanged Man. We have the Seven of Cups, the Ace of Rods, the Hanged Man again. We have the King of Hats. We have the King of Flamingos. And then we have the Ace of Flamingos. Okay. So, now remember, if this situation doesn't fit, don't make it fit. If it's kind of sounding totally off from what your own personal situation is, you can just go ahead and skip to the end because there are timestamps, okay? All right, so let's see here. We have 1, 2, 3. We have 3 major arcanas, and there's 2 of them that are exactly the same, all right? So let's start out. We have the Fool and we have the Hanged Man twice. So you want to start a new beginning, but you are stuck. You can't figure out what you're supposed to do. You can't make a decision, okay? So let's start from the beginning and see what's going on. So with this Fool card, you definitely are looking at the past. It's something that you want to start new, okay? Perhaps a situation you were in that you turned your back on or that you were involved with. You're now looking at it as, I think I want to resurrect that situation because maybe it was a bad choice what I've made presently, or something like that, and I think I want to go and give that other situation a try again because I think I might have made a mistake. Okay, we all make mistakes, we all do it, and don't worry about it, we can get past those things. Okay, now, the Knight of Cups is also here. So the person, or you, might be this Knight of Cups. You might be somebody who's very emotional, and you want to come into somebody with some emotional information, maybe information about love. Okay, maybe that's this person that you're looking at in the past, and you're wanting to move forward with them, and you're wanting to tell them, something about love. All right. You may also be holding the energies of the King of Pentacles, and the King of Pentacles is a financially stable person, somebody who is grounded. Okay, somebody who is rooted, somebody who is balanced. The ideal person is that. We all love to have that. We can't have all of those qualities, but having some of them or half of them is fine too, okay? We do have the Ace of Wands here. Now, you may also want to move forward with somebody passionately because you do have emotional feeling for them, all right? And we have the Knight of Pentacles here, and you're wanting to come in and offer them stability, okay? But the Knight of Pentacles is a really slow-moving knight. This is the slowest moving knight in the deck, and it's obvious because it's not easy to build your finances, and it takes time, it takes work, it takes effort, it takes time to build up your money. So this is why this knight is the slowest moving knight in the deck, okay? Now, even though all this is going on, you're in the Hanged Man position, okay? Even though you are or may be working on your finances, because like I said, the King of Pentacles has all those qualities, but maybe we have the Knight here because the Knight can't, or the King cannot actually offer you this financial security yet. Okay, because maybe he is grounded, maybe he is rooted, maybe he is balanced a bit, but maybe the finances are not all there, and they do want to offer you something, and this is why we have the Knight of Pentacles here. Okay, and like I said before, you could be a female watching this, and you can still hold those energies. We all have male and female energies. Okay, so don't take that all weird or to heart or get all crazy about it, because it's just that's how it is. We all have male and female energies. So if, I'm talking about a male and you're a female watching it, it can still happen. You can still have that male energy, that kind of more strong and, kind of knowing what you want to do and move forward kind of energy. Women can do that. Men can do that. Okay. Just want to make that clear to you. So we have the hanged man position here. So you might be in your head about things like, dang, I want to move forward, but it's really hard because I might not be settled in my finances yet, okay? Which it can be fine, that can be fine, but don't hang around too long because, you may miss opportunities. Okay, because all you're doing right now is you're just wishing and dreaming and having fantasies about, oh, how this could be, how wonderful it would be, and I'm just going to do this and do that. And that's indicated here by the Seven of Cups. And the Seven of Cups could indicate options, okay, or choices. It can also indicate that you're daydreaming about something or fantasizing about something. And, how are you going to make those fantasies come true if you're just in your head about it, okay? You got to try and get your thoughts together and get out of your head about it. Because it's obvious you also you do want this a new passionate beginning with this person, because you have the Ace of Rods or Ace of Wands. Those are the same cards. You have it twice. You're super passionate about this, okay? And you're in the Hanged Man mode because under the King of Pentacles here, you are definitely thinking a lot about your finances, I think, because we have the King of Pentacles and then we have the Knight of Pentacles, that slow-moving knight. But, you're trying to move forward as best as you can, but you're still, hanging on to this idea and so worried about, oh my gosh, it's so hard to make money, this, that, and the other, okay? But like I said, if you hang around too long, you're not good. You might miss an opportunity. The best thing you can possibly do with this, okay, because you are feeling bored and isolated. Maybe you're just like working your butt off, and you're bored with it, but that's what you need to do, because a lot of us, we have a lot of jobs that we're bored in and we don't want to kind of hang out in them, but we have to do it because of finances. And, maybe that's okay for now, but make sure that, if you do kind of build those finances up and this is not what you want to do, maybe it might be time for you to look for something that's going to be more promising or more, beneficial for you. What's going to make you happy doing, okay? So we also have the King of Hats, okay? And the King of Hats is a very emotional king, all right? Somebody who is very emotional. He might not show his emotions too much. He might not, outwardly show that. But, I mean, he is a very emotional person. We also have the King of Flamingos, and the King of Flamingos is like a businessman, very, orderly, gives things thoughts, okay, very intelligent. So I do see here, which is really interesting, is we have the King of Pentacles, the King of Hats, and the King of Flamingos. All right, so what's missing? We have water, we have air, and we have, okay, so we're missing the King of, we're missing the King of Wands. So you might be losing your passion in all of this, or maybe you have lost your passion. Something's bothering you because you have three of the kings here. One more king and you are the emperor. Okay? But we are missing that passion, so maybe you are in a situation that you've lost passion for. All right? You're wanting to move forward, but because you've lost that passion in your life, maybe you feel like this, forward movement is not possible. And this is also why you're in the Hanged Man position. Okay? Now with the Ace of Flamingos here, the Ace of Flamingos is a new start, okay? It's a new start, and it's about truth. So you may want to go into this situation with truth. This is why it's under the Hanged Man, and you're also trying to think of, how am I going to tell this person the truth about what has happened? Because maybe you know that this person is going to ask you about it, okay? This could be your boss, it could be anyone. You might tell your boss, I'm kind of bored with this job and I don't know if I can go on any longer. Or you might be in a relationship and you might want to tell them, you know what, I don't think the relationship's moving forward and I'd like to start somewhere else. Because not only is the Ace of Flamingos a new start, a new truthful, honest, great, a stable start. What it is it's also the card that can cut off situations, sever relationships, sever jobs, So if this is your situation, And the question, once again, was why do I feel so bored and isolated in my life? Well, these are scenarios that, you could be going through. And if they are, I will see you at the end, and we are going to see what the universe and what Buddha has to say about all this. Okay, and maybe we can come up with a solution. I'm not guaranteeing anything, but you never know. All right, so I'll see you guys at the end. Okay, so we made it to the end. And the question was, once again, why do I feel so bored and isolated with my life? This is a very difficult question because this is something that even I am wondering about with myself sometimes. Because even though, I might seem like confident and I tell people all these things, this is just my situation, all right? It's not anybody else's situation but my own. We all have our own situations, and we all perceive everyone else's situation differently, all right? We are all different when it comes to our mental thinking, okay? Not everyone is going to think exactly the same thing all the time, okay? If you guys, totally disagree with that, I would love to meet the two people that think exactly the same, because I would like to conduct a test to see this if this is true. Okay, just saying, you guys. Anyways, so we're trying to find out why we're so bored and isolated with our lives. This could be sometimes, or this could be all the time. But, we are all going through something. You do have to consider, like, the moon phases, because I know that I'm affected by the moon phases. Because sometimes I'll wake up all groggy, and then sometimes I'll wake up like the world is sunshine and it's wonderful and I love everyone. But, we can't have that all the time. It would be a perfect world if it was like that. But it's unfortunately, it's not. All we can do is really work on ourselves and try to find answers for ourselves. It's not wrong to hear other people's opinions, because then you can maybe apply it to your own life, because you are going to perceive someone else's opinion as differently from yours. And this is why I encourage people to think for themselves. Maybe you can put your own situation in that same situation and make your own decision, your own life decisions, because like I say before, you are in charge of your own destiny, and you are the one who's going to bring happiness to your own life. No one else is, only you. Okay? So we're going to start here. These are pre-shuffled, but I do like to shuffle them one more time on camera so you know I'm not doing anything willy-nilly here. And we are going to ask the universe, what do I need to surrender? What should I surrender in order to not feel so bored or isolated in my life? All right? How can I not feel so bored and isolated in my life? What must I surrender? This is what we're asking the universe. All right? There. Nice, clean. All right, so I am feeling somewhere right here. All right, so I'm just going to put that right there. And next, we are going to ask Buddha for wisdom, right? Oh, Buddha, what wisdom do you have for us in order for us to not feel so bored and isolated with our lives? What do you suggest for us, Buddha, to help us through this issue that we may have? All right. All right. Make sure it's nice and packed so we can make a good split here. I do these both differently. Okay, I do the first one like the way I did it because that's what the instructions called for, and I like to follow instruction when I can anyways. All right, so this is the card, the wisdom from Buddha. Okay. All right, put those there. Now, I do have the Buddha Wisdom Shakti Power booklet here, because even though I do this intuitively, I do also refer to this book because this is a wonderful book. I mean, this is a good book just to read on its own, but let's go ahead and get started and see what we got over here, all right? So, what does the universe think we need to surrender in the situation in regards to why do I feel so bored and isolated with my life? Okay, surrender to the beauty of the natural world. Okay, before I read what the card says, I do want to say I think what the universe is telling us is that you need to surrender to the beauty of the natural world. So maybe you are bored and isolated in your life. Get out the house. Okay, stop thinking so much about it. Maybe you are in your house a lot, thinking, pondering, wondering. You might even be doing some research, trying to figure out what is the truth. What is the truth of life? What is the truth about anything in your life? Okay? And you might be just, isolating yourself at home, or maybe you get out of your house, you go to the library, you stay there all day and you study. Whatever it is you're doing, you need to get outside. If you do go to the library, hey, that's great, you are getting out of the house, but maybe you should check out that book and sit in the park and read it, because you need to receive that energy that the earth has to offer, because you might be lacking in that natural Mother Earth energy, that nurturing energy that you do need from the earth. Okay, it's really good to get outside. I understand in some places in the world that it might be freezing cold outside or something like that. Pack on the clothes, breathe that fresh air, because that is definitely what you need right now. Okay, you need to enjoy what the earth has to offer you and all the energies that it can give you. So let's see, what does this say? Take a relaxing break and spend time in nature. Replenish yourself by feeling the beauty and ecstasy there. Exactly. The earth is full of abundance, the abundance of ecstasy and energy from the natural life that grows around you. You are trying to grow, possibly. Grow your knowledge from these books you're reading, or going online and trying to find the answers here, there, and everywhere. But, why not take that book or your phone or wherever you're reading this information? Why not take it outside and sit on the park bench? Watch the squirrels run around, be interrupted by that bird and look up and see, because, it could be your angel trying to be like, hey, I'm right here for you, and you're doing just fine. Okay? Because a lot of us go into this isolation, or in our times of our life, because there's something that is just not registering in our minds as truth. Okay? We've been shown something, and we're just like in doubt with it, and just like, why is it like this? Because I just don't understand. I was taught this in my life, but I'm just not seeing it. I'm not resonating with it. And maybe that's why you're feeling bored and isolated with your life. Well, number one, you're feeling bored because you may be studying, overthinking, being in your head too much. You're in your home, you're not interacting with nature and the outside world. And that's where the isolation comes in. You're keeping yourself isolated from all the wonder and beauty and the abundance that the world has to offer. You know? That could be something, okay? You might need to just get out a little bit, okay? So let's find out what Buddha has here going on. Buddha, what wisdom do you have for the viewer? Oh, I don't think I've even gotten this before. This says Yeshi Tsogyal, okay? Yeshi Tsogyal, okay? Wisdom Lake Queen. Celebrate the creative feminine energy and the vitality of life, okay? Now, if you're a male, don't trip on this, okay? Like I've said before, we all have male and female energies. So maybe if you are a male, this is for the males, if you have been in that energy of your masculine, the manly guy, yeah, I'm the man, I'm strong, whatever. There's no problem with bringing out that feminine energy in you. You may be going through a time in your life where yeah, sure, I'm manly and I got all these manly friends and I play football and I'm a plumber, whatever it is. I don't even know how to describe that, but whatever manly energies there are, maybe you haven't really been in touch with your feminine energy, and maybe it's time you bring that out a little bit and maybe explore that, okay? Feminine as in your feelings, how you really feel about things, I'm not telling you to go and, change your gender, or, change how you date people. No, 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 no. I am talking about, which, there's nothing wrong. If you are like that, it's fine, because this is gender neutral. This is however you spend your personal relationships, your romantic relationships. I celebrate all of it. I don't care, because that's you, and you know yourself better, and that's fine. Completely fine with me. And if it's not fine with others, screw them. Okay? That's all I got to say about that. Okay, but there's nothing wrong with being a male and exploring your female energy. And this could be also for the females who kind of hold that masculine energy too. Maybe you're trying to be on top all the time, trying to be like, I can do just what the guys can do. I can do it better. Whatever, that feminist kind of attitude. Maybe you need to bring your feminism out a little bit more. Okay, because I will admit I was like that before. I used to wear all boy clothes. I used to run with the guys and try to be like, I can do just what these guys do, maybe even better. I used to have that mentality until one day I realized that, you know what? That's just not me. You know, I'm a woman, and yes, I can compete with guys on certain things, but not on everything. It's not necessary really for me. It's really not. What am I trying to prove? You know, who I need to prove myself to is myself and how I feel about how I deal with situations in life. Okay, so once again, we have Wisdom Lake Queen, celebrate the creative energy and the vitality of life. Now, this could also mean you might live by a lake and you need that energy from the water. You need that flowing stream energy because water does provide a lot of emotions. Water is actually in the tarot representing emotions. Okay, so maybe you haven't been really expressing your emotions too much, or you could have been expressing it so much that people are putting it down, and that sucks. I'm sorry if you are going through that. We all have this emotional energy, and if there's others who, are just making fun of you or talking down on you for doing that, that's only because they have not found their own emotional stability in their life. Okay, just remember that, and you don't have to be angry for them for being angry at you for being emotional. It's just, there's dark and there's light. We have to deal with both and just step back and think, why is this person even saying these mean things to me when I'm feeling sad? Well, apparently that person ain't too happy with their life either. So just forgive them and move on. Okay. Now, celebrating the creative feminine energy and vitality of life. Okay, that doesn't mean they go out and start dancing in the roses and, singing to the rainbows and squirrels. It just means just go out and feel your own emotions, feel the earth's emotions, grab that energy because, Mother Earth has a lot to share. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and go to the book to see what other insight we can have because I know I'm not covering all of it. All right. So let's go ahead and find out because I would like to know too. And I think I definitely need to get outside. Okay. Here we go. 32. Yeshi Tsogyal. Oh, I would like to add before I get started, 32 reduces to number 5. And do you guys know what that number represents? I bet a lot of you do, but some of you don't. And what that represents is the number 5, and that number represents change. Okay, so you might need to make a few changes in your life, okay? So let's move on. Yeshi Tsogyal is the most important historical female figure in the tradition of the Tibetan Buddhist, oh my gosh, Nyingma school. Okay. Her clan name was the Lady, oh gosh, these words, you guys, I'm so sorry if I jack them up, Karchen. She was born in Tibet in 757 CE. It was said that at the time of her birth, a nearby lake doubled in size, and she received the name Wisdom Lake Queen. And to me, that sentence alone says when she was born, essentially what happened is there was an overflow, an abundance of emotions for everyone around. Okay, in case you didn't get that, that's how I'm taking it. Okay, now, her story and the energy around her is somewhat similar to the Arthurian legend of the Lady of the Lake. Both are magical women who created miracles, entranced men, and inspired legends. She married the king Trisong Detsen and an arranged marriage at the age of 16, but soon became the intimate companion of Padmasambhava, the Mahisiddha responsible for bringing Buddhism to Tibet. She is often depicted as the Tenkas, kneeling at his left side along with Mandarava, his Indian consort, on the right. Padmasambhava said to her, The basis for realizing enlightenment is a human body, male or female. There is no difference. Let me read that sentence again. The basis for realizing enlightenment in a human body, male or female, there is no different. Okay, moving forward. But if she develops the mind bent on enlightenment, the woman's body is better. Yashid Sogyal received full initiation from Padmasambhava into Tantra and became a female adept of the highest order. She could remember his lectures and writings word for word and wrote down everything he said and taught. She continued to work for the people of Tibet after Padmasambhava's passing. She died at the age of 99, leaving many disciples and influencing many spiritual lineages that remain today. She is now venerated as Tibet's top female tantric master. One of her spiritual practices, called the Queen of Great Bliss celebration, the creative energy, and the feminine and the vitality of life and creation. So a lot of that passage that I just read basically is saying that, we all feel okay, we all feel of our outside being, our shell, our body, as male or female, right? But it's not actually that. All it really is a shell, okay? We all do carry male and female energies. So you might feel bored and isolated with your life because you are trying to study up on what the truth is. Well, the truth is that you may have been in a lot of relationships or situations, job situations, family situations that have led you to, not be your authentic self, which is why you are probably questioning life. Okay? People may not be listening to you because why? Oh, you're a female. People might not be listening to because, oh, why? You're a male who's sensitive. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Okay, we all carry male and female energies, and it's really sad how people consider you beneath them if you're a woman, or if you're a sensitive man, they feel like you're weird, and that's not true. Okay, what it is you are hanging on though to too much of one side. Okay, we all need a balance. Okay, you might be a sensitive man, but you might want to work on that masculinity a little bit, you know and you may be a pretty tough chick. You might want to work on some of that femininity a little bit. Okay, kind of try to balance it out and bring understanding to both sides, feminine and masculine. Okay, you can definitely find peace within you when you go out into nature, because when you're alone with nature, you start to think about things involving nature, about emotions, about your life, about smelling that fresh air. And is it wrong that I'm out here sensing the beauty of the world of Mother Earth? Is there anything wrong? If you're a male thinking that, like, hey, this ain't the manly thing to do, but you know what? It really is. Because there's nothing better than having a mate that's sensitive to both male and female energies. Okay, in order to have a good relationship, I feel you have to understand the male and female energies in order to understand your partner. Okay, if you are single, I'm sure, once you get through this phase of being bored and isolated with your life and, trying to live your life to the fullest, trying to find within yourself that you are a good person, whatever you think and whatever you like is just fine. And if no one doesn't like it, screw them, because you know what? Those aren't your people. Okay, they really aren't. And you will definitely one day bump into your group of people, and they will all cherish you and treasure you as somebody who is very highly, regarded because of your feelings and your emotions. Your balance between male and female aspects. Okay? We can't all have it all at once right away, because there's a process of study, not only studying books, but studying nature, going within and going without, you know? As above, so below, to the left, to the right, black, white. There's all balance in everything. And you might possibly have a little bit of an imbalance when it comes to your male and female emotional energies. Okay? That's what I'm gathering here, and that's what the universe is saying. This might not be your situation, okay? But at least you can think about it and think about, okay, there are, we are talking about balance here. All right, you're bored and isolated. Maybe you are in touch with your male and female energies, but are you in touch with other things that have opposite attractions, Home and work, right? Family and romantic relationships. There's a balance within everything. So there's something in your life that is unbalanced, and you need to find balance there. Okay? And for your own personal situation, I'm just seeing 1133. So if that resonates with anyone, you can Google that and find out what that number means to you. Okay? Just putting that out there. But also, you know, you need to find out where your imbalance is, okay? I know it sucks that you might feel bored and isolated with your life, but this is your opportunity to find that balance. And the best way to find that balance is not by asking everybody else, it's by asking yourself and possibly asking Mother Nature out there. Okay, so many answers can be found out there. I do believe that, you can find answers in nature, but you must also find answers in reading, research. I think that's a balance too. You can't always find everything in nature, and you can't always find everything in books, but you can have a balance of the two to figure it out and balance, your own ideas and your own thoughts and your own beliefs, how you want to perceive them, right? It's just a thought, okay? I am only here to make you think. I'm not here to change your mind. I'm not here to make you do anything. I'm just here in hopes that you can think for yourself and come up with your own solutions, because that's the only way of enlightenment. And no one's ever going to be fully enlightened, because that is something that we have to go through throughout our whole entire lifetime until the day we pass. We will never, ever know everything. No one will. I don't care who you are. I don't care what degrees you have. You still don't know everything, and you won't, because that's just not the way of the universe. Okay? The way of the universe is about learning and discovering your own inner self, your own inner peace, and what makes you happy. So you can be the best possible person that you can be. So when you do meet that special somebody, you can be the absolutely perfect mate for that person. And I can guarantee you, if you have learned about yourself and you are comfortable with yourself, you love yourself and everything about you, I guarantee you that the universe will bring you somebody exactly like that. You may not think exactly the same, okay? But that person will also love themselves and cherish themselves as much as you do with yourself. And that's when absolute magic happens, okay? And that's where you will find the ultimate mate, okay? Most likely, if you're being put in relationships that are absolutely traumatizing for you, it's just a lesson. And take that lesson as a blessing, and hopefully you have learned from that lesson and can move on in a more healthy way. There's nothing wrong with expressing your feelings. There's nothing wrong with having goals and wanting to complete those goals, okay? There's nothing wrong with, you wanting one thing and a person wanting another. If you find a mate that just puts you down and says, that sounds stupid, or this is not right, here, do what I say, that is definitely not your mate. But if you find a mate that says, hey, that's interesting and that's cool, go ahead, keep doing it. I'm your cheerleader. I'm here by your side to support you in it. But remember, if that does happen, be sure that you are honoring them with the same feelings, that you will also, root them on for whatever it is they want in their life and for their goals, because there's no reason for both of you to not move forward in your own goals and still be together. It's totally possible. Okay? So why do I feel so bored and isolated in my life? You got to get out the house. You got to find balance in whatever it is that's bothering you. And, hopefully you can find peace within that situation, okay? The best thing here, though, you guys, is please make your own decisions. You don't need to find out what everyone else thinks. You can get opinions, several opinions, and maybe you can put them all together and see what you come up with for yourself. But you're really going to actually only find the honest to goodness truth within yourself. Okay? This has been a great question for me because I myself was not understanding why I feel so bored and isolated in my life. And I do realize now that, yes, I need to get the heck outside because I've been inside too much. Sure, it's cold outside, whatever. And maybe I'm trying to budget for the month because it's a holiday, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of money gets spent during the holidays. But you know what? I do need to get outside, and there's so many things that you can do outside that you don't have to spend money for. You don't need to spend money on Mother Nature. Mother Nature is offering her help absolutely free, just like me, you guys. So why don't you go out and take a breath of that fresh air, even if it's in the backyard. Seriously, even if it's in the backyard, go and enjoy Mother Nature because she has so much to offer, and I'm sure that you will get something out of it, some good energy, that's for sure. Okay? So I am sending out love and energy, and hopefully you have learned from something here. If I help one person, ooh, I'm so happy about that. Okay, but I guess I'm going to let you guys go. My name is Mona. This is Kaleidoscope Dreams Tarot, and I'll see you next time. Thank you for coming to Healing Energy Sessions.